Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our reindeer ornament. Last time we had made our antlers, we made two, right? I know we demonstrated one, but you need two antlers. So if you need to make another one, please go ahead. So that's the antler and I'm going to put it aside. Today we're going to do the ear. And I know they're not hard, but these little pieces sometimes they take a minute because the hook is small, the project's small. So we're just gonna walk through these and take our time, no big deal. But this is the ear and I've made one. So it has a little inlet here. It's for the inside of the ear. So you could put yarn in here if you want something a little fuzzy looking. This is options. This is good to make the project your own work of art. So if you want to, after you make the ear, put a little something in there. It could even just be one piece of yarn woven through. You could stitch with embroidery. You could even put a little bit of that eyelash yarn in there if you want it nice and fuzzy. It's all going to be preference. So lots of ideas. I know that y'all have wonderful ideas, but you know, and it could be pink, it could be white, it could be a light tan. Who knows? So just some options. I just want to throw that out there for everyone to know, but you can see that it is a darker color that I'm using just to give a little contrast between the ear and the antler on my deer. And that again, it's just art and preference. So you do what you would like to do. You could have this all the same color if you prefer. So, you know, just pick what you would like. But I am going to be using this darker color brown now. And these are the two colors I'm using throughout the whole project. You could even use almost a white. I mean, depending on what you like. So preferences, right? Anyway, so that's the first ear. We will need two ears. I'm going to put that aside, but I'm going to demonstrate how to make the ear, okay? Same hook, that same 3mm to give us a size proportion to look the same, okay? So again, we start with chaining. So we want to make a loop and drop that working tail behind. Okay, we take our hook and go inside, grab that piece, pull the two tails, and there we have a nice little knot. So pull that up on your hook. Alrighty, let's get going. Let's start with chaining 6. So yarn over and pull through 1. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we start in the third chain from the hook on the ear. So we know that the first is right where we are, right? So there's 1. This is chain 2 and this is chain 3. This is where we want to begin. So in chain 3, we're going to do a single crochet right there. Enter, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Again, it's small and I'm going to try my very best to keep my fat thumb out of the way. We want to double crochet in the next one. So that means a yarn over, right? Here's the next chain. We enter, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through just 2 loops. Okay, yarn over and pull through the other 2 loops. Excellent. I'm going to double crochet in the next chain. So yarn over, enter, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, that's 2 double crochets. Next is a single crochet. All right, single crochet that last chain. There we have it. Okay, now we have 4 stitches on here. And if you have trouble seeing your stitches, I just want to give you a heads up. At the very end, we join to the first single crochet that we made. So if you're looking at your stitches, you get a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. If you want to mark it, you can do that. If it helps you at the end to see where you need to join up, you can always just put a little hook. You could put a string there, whatever you want to mark that you know that's where I'm going to join up at the end. Because on these small pieces, sometimes it's hard to see where you need to go, right? Okay, because now we're going on the other side of the chain here. So I know it gets a little wild and crazy. So we want to do 4 single crochets going up the other side of your chain. And I'm trying to move my knot out of the way so I don't get that. So chain 1 right here, that first one is getting a single crochet. So there's single crochet 1. The next one, single crochet 2. Take your time, look at it closely. Here's single crochet 3, which doesn't feel right to me, so I want to make sure I'm getting it right here. There we go, single crochet 3. Don't want my ear to look funny. And I've got this hook in the way here for me, but I wanted to give you guys a visual on that. And there's single crochet 4. Okay, from right here, chain 2. Okay, so chain 1 and chain 2. Now we're going to go to that stitch that we talked about, that I threw the marker on there, that first single crochet, and we're going to join with a slip stitch in there. So we're going to go over here to that first one, and we're going to give this a slip stitch. So we enter, yarn over and pull through, and then you just pull through again. I'm going to pull this up. And that is your ear. And I know it's like, it seems so wild and crazy. It's so tiny. However, you just gotta work through it and take your time with it. No, so if you cut this off, and I pull this up here, and then I will feed it through to my next stitch. So if you look at my ear, you can't tell that it's fed through, it's knotted, and then I pulled the tail through there. That way it looks a little neater around the edge of the ear, I think. Maybe you have a better method. I mean, everybody's got such good tricks up their sleeves, but I just kind of go in the back loop of that next stitch there. And see, it kind of pulls it together. So the purpose of the chain 2 at the top of the ear gave it its little bit of a point, right? I think that's nice. I think it makes it look a little more like a reindeer ear. So I will knot this on the back, feed my tail through down to the bottom. So when I'm attaching everything onto the head, it'll all go into the head and you won't see any tails or anything. And I think that makes it look as neat as I can make it. Maybe y'all can get that a little bit better. But yeah, that's what I did on the other one. And like I said, in the middle of the ear, do whatever you'd like to dress it up, okay? And make it your own and make it, you know, pretty and ornate, because it is going to be an ornament, so we want it to be as cute as possible. All right, so I'm going to feed this tail through here, doing my best, because, you know, it's kind of small in these little stitches, but I want it down where that other tail is, where we began our whole ear here. See, I want it all the way down here, like that. All right, and it looks good. It doesn't look too messy. I think it's okay. But that's a nice ear. 2 nice ears ready to go. 2 antlers ready to go. So we have that set. We will need eyes. I'm going to use the little eyes with the fastener on the back. You can embroider eyes on later on, but we will be needing eyes. And if you want to do a nose, I mean, you don't have to. Everybody has their own preference, but if you want a little nose, you can stick a nose on here too, okay? So just to give you a heads up of what's to come, we will start on the head next time, and I'll be using both of these yarns to give contrast and color for the head, just to, you know, give it a little dimension. So we'll be doing some color changing as we're going along. All right, I'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a joyful day.